and welcome. I'm Karen here at Sew Creative in Wenatchee, Washington, with the support of Bernina and inspiration from WeAllSew. My first virtual sewing class shows you how to make your very own comfort bunny. I will guide you with my tips and tricks so that you'll have fun and success right away. I also have a second short video regarding the luxury furs with some cutting tips and sewing differences. Check it out. You'll want to make more. So let's get started. Our dear little comfort bunny comes on paper. We'll print it out, and there's only one part that you need to tape together. That would be the top half and the bottom half of the main body. So be accurate with that. And this is the full-size bunny. The head is cut on the fold, just like the body is. So my piece is smaller because I've already cut out most of it, the whole thing. But you will pay attention to the green line and have the nap petting down so he doesn't look kind of like that. And pin, actually I kind of like to use those clips here. And the pinning will go on the edges. So you'll have one on the fold here for the front of the head, and another one for the back side of the head. Same thing with the body. It's obviously longer. Mine was done on a bigger piece. So you'll have one on the fold for the front of the body and one on the fold for the back of the body. In addition to that, you'll have 8 of these. 2 for each arm and 2 for each leg. This is the ear, and if you want to do the ears same front and back, then you'll just do 4 of these. Again, pay attention to the green line, unless you want like fluffy ears. On this particular one, I've got a contrast fabric for this smaller piece, and I chose this cute little gray with flowers. So that will be on the inside of the ears, and we'll see that later. I would like to say just one word about the fabric, because Cuddle Cloth from Shannon Fabrics is so much easier to work with than Minky. It has a very similar look and feel, however, it doesn't have as much stretch in either direction. As well as the nap, which is fine and soft, is not quite so long. So that'll make it easier to work with. I've got a couple more arms and legs to cut out here, and I am paying attention to the nap. Oh, fabric nap down, and that's up. That means we go this way, and there's a green line arrow there. So get a few pins in here. Obviously my first step was to cut out all the pieces. So we've got them here. And counting arms and legs, I had a choice the other day. We could either have 1 arm and 1 leg, 2 arms and no legs, or all 4. So here goes the other 2. I'll do those 2 and those 2. And I found that a curve like this works pretty well with a rotary cutter. So here we go. Quick snip here. Now one really important part. We see some fuzz, and I don't want that all over the place. And that takes care of the mess as you go. At this point, we might want to use a serger to go around these edges to keep everything together. However, sometimes little curves are challenging, so I've just chosen to use a zigzag, which I know you all have. Here we go. Alrighty, got it all. One of the things that helped this come out nice and smooth with no puckers, no ripples, is I took advantage of the built-in walking foot here. So that's the first step. Now we'll go to the straight stitch, and I believe I will shorten that just a little bit. And I'm going to make the stitch be just a 3/8 inch seam allowance. So that line happens to be the edge of the presser foot, also this line here. I like using this little turning tool here. It has a number of functions. So it's going to help me get this turned around. Let's go that way. And then the rounded end will make that look just perfect. There we go. Yeah. This then gets turned to the right side, and this will be my assist. Don't stab myself. Nice round. Should we call that an arm or a leg? It doesn't matter. They're the same. So we'll have 4 of these. Now we're ready for some stuffing. And actually one of the biggest challenges with the stuffing is that you don't overfill. It's so easy to get these arms and legs too much in there. I'm going to try my magic fork. See if that helps. Yeah. Because if you get too much in there, it's no longer really soft and cuddly. And it's actually kind of hard to get out the extra. So a little at a time. We want this comfort bunny to be very, very cuddly. There. Okay, feeling good. Just about like that, all 4. Here comes the seam. The seam is seam. And we'll peel off the backing. Now, I get to be a little bit creative. Nap down. Where should we put her cheeks? I think that's going to be okay. Magic pressing cloth. So the point of that is that when I go to stitch this on with my applique stitch, there will be no shifting. It makes it so much easier. So now we'll go to the applique stitch. Now if I want to add just a little bit of puffing in there, puffy cheeks, this is square. Little bit goes a long way for the stuffing. So I put a bit in there and fused on the little heart nose mouth. And now I've chosen a thread that will coordinate, but a little bit of an accent. I don't mind the stitches showing because they're going to be cute. And I'm back to my applique stitch, which is already adjusted the way I had it before. And we'll do some turning here. I like to use steam-a-seam whenever I'm doing applique, and I've chosen to do cute little print like this inside of my bunny's ears. So in order to just cut each ear out one time, I'm going to fuse a little bit of this onto my fabric. So I'll just take a piece of that and peel off one side, discard that one, and that's big enough to fit. So my little reliable iron here, it'll add steam if I need it, but I don't. Oh, I've traced the pattern for the inner ear here, and that will get cut out. So now we'll peel off the extra protective piece there. Review. And I'm going to use my tried and true pressing hem and find about where that goes, like that. Okay. And now light touch, and then again, tried and true piece of extra special cheesecloth or pressing cloth. That will protect my cuddle cloth. And the reason I'm on the sleeve roll here is so that I won't be flattening the whole thing. I'm leaning towards the edges. And by doing that, now it's secure and I won't have it shifting at all when I stitch this on. This part can be really fun. And I know there's a lot of different ways that you can put applique on. If you want to come around this direction, then you can see a little bit of adjusting I'm going to do. I could use a zigzag. I could use a straight stitch because it is fused, but I'm going to go to my quilting stitches here and select my blanket stitch. And I happen to know that's a perfect size for the blanket stitch. However, my easiest guiding will be if I take advantage of the needle position and move it over just 2 spots. And that way I can guide with the edge of the fabric right against the center part of the presser foot. I also want to select needle stopping down. So there. Now I can pivot and away we go. See how easy that is to get the applique on just right. As you can see, I'm now ready to put the ear together. And I'm going to go right back to the zigzag. It remembers where I was before. So choosing this placement for the eyes, which you can find your eyes here. And so I will just make a little spot in there. Where I want to center it. Also, to prepare, I fused on something fusible to support the fabric. So now we'll do a tiny snip here. And it does need to be pretty small. Just big enough for that to go through. No bigger. Too big of a hole is a bad thing.
So now I'm ready to put my ears on, and I've decided to fold a little bit like this, give a little shape to that. So I'm back to a straight stitch.
The other one. And I'm going to go kind of like this, kind of lined up over the eyeballs, like that. And how does that look? Okay, now here goes the back. Do a little pinning here, and then we'll stitch this. So we've got the front and the back right sides facing, and I zigzagged around the edges. Now I'll do the straight stitch right around there. Precision placement, put the legs where you want them. Temporarily they'll be crossed over. And a little straight stitch will hold that. We're on the home stretch. Here she comes. The arms will be going on like this, and I did a little straight stitch here to keep these parts together. And I'm going to line it up so the center of the arm matches the center seam there. For both arms. And I'll tack these on with, once again, just a nice straight stitch. Now those arms will stay where they need to be. And bunny head goes inside of bunny body. So I really don't have a difference between the front and back. So it doesn't matter. Do that. So I'll be leaving the backside open for stuffing and for pulling through pieces. And the center seam of the head will line up with the center seam of the body. Pins or clips. Starting matching the seams, first of all. And I can see this part over here is the front, so that part I'm going to pin all the way around. But the back side is where I'm leaving it open. Starting with my zigzag, which was still remembering right where I like it. Okay. Now. How fun this is! Oh boy! So I zigzagged it, but I should have straight stitched it also. Here we go. I'm going to just do a straight stitch along there as well. I was just so excited to pull those arms and legs out. You understand? At this point, I'm almost ready to start naming our comfort bunny. So bunny head is nicely stuffed, and I like plenty of fullness in there. And as I think through the way this pattern is put together, it occurs to me we'll be filling the body cavity through this hole right here. And I'd really rather not do some hand stitching down here. So I'm going to bring this part up and close it right now. This is one of those situations where I'm deviating from the instructions and doing what makes sense to me. So I'm just going to close up that little hole there. Won't be hard. And then we'll get back to the stuffing. So this little inner bag was, I just serged that together earlier, and it is the very same pieces as the front and the back. And I've got it open at the top because that's where we'll be filling it from. And this will contain the weighted craft beads. I would not recommend something like rice, sand. Craft beads would be ideal. So that's going to fill the cavity. And then we use a little spout that comes with that, and fill her up with just as much weight as you like. Are you ready to start your very own family of cuddly comfort bunnies? Our kits have printed instructions and many helps, and each kit is customized with just as much or as little as you need. So you can reach out to us online or come in to feel the luxury cream or the mocha or gray, or even to try out a new Bernina here at So Creative in Wenatchee. Bye for now. See you soon.